but I disagree that I'm a edgy tryhard. I'm very genuine, as I watch hardcore exploitation and splatterhouse horror films like Cannibal Ferox as well as live real violent deaths of soldiers and shock vids, just for fun and the awe and wow factor. I'm not a poser. I'd rather die and be a poser. Posers are what's ruining the horror and metal community. That was a LARP. Y'all were dumb enough to fall for it. At least it's genuine. What, you never watch any great horror film? Like body horror? Where the high-quality craftsmanship comes from making the audience feel uncomfortable. You have a really surface-level understanding of film. You literally displayed it. Well, you said that it was try-hard of me to point out your surface-level understanding of film. I didn't have to try, I'm just smart enough to point it out. But since you confused that with being try-hard, that's why I asked you. I say that because dating back to the Kuleshov effect, editing in film theory and grammar is based on how someone perceives something or how someone feels. That's why the bloody close-ups in Battleship Potemkin were added, because it was added to shock the audience, which drives the propaganda aspect. You don't need to enjoy great films to have a deeper understanding. I acknowledge that The Godfather is objectively a masterpiece even though I personally find it boring. Plus, I can't see how anyone who wasn't around during the 70s can get anything out of it. Unlike with Citizen Kane, which is still new and interesting now as it was first released. Explain to me how Méliès prioritized fantastical premises and Porter favored more realistic premises, but how they created optical techniques to trick the viewer and revolutionized film. I'm actually more humble. I'm explaining cinema in depth, while you're just sitting there saying Booger got surface-level knowledge her. Actually throw a counter-argument. Prove me wrong. Are you telling me the Lumiere brothers short workers leaving the factory dosing single quote tea tie to what we think documentary filmmaking is? Okay, cool. Why is that? Did I say it was bad? No. I did say that it is an objective masterpiece. It just didn't do anything for me. I know you're going to bring up me saying people who were alive in the 70s can only get anything out of it, means I contradicted my point and changed the goalpost, but it's not true. What made Godfather revolutionary in the 70s is commonplace now. That is not an opinion. That is a fact. I'm against you calling me a treehard, because you are calling me a poser. I hate being called that when I have a deep love and a pretty solid understanding of the things I love. I'm not an expert, and I can always know more. But I feel I know a good chunk of stuff. I stand up for what I believe in. So you calling me a poser is something I predicted, so I brought out the ammo.